Hey everybody. Today I really want to talk about spiritual awakenings and really like your sign, like your sun, moon, rising, yeah, stuff like that. I kind of want to talk about that. But yeah, it's just somebody backing out their driveway. Yeah. But yeah, let me get started. For the spiritual awakening, I'll say the definition for spiritual awakening is really the dark night of the soul. Dark night of the soul. It just feel like everything is going wrong in life. It's like you feeling like everything is going wrong. Like it'll make you feel like, dang, God, give me a break. And it's like you keep going through stuff. You keep going through stuff. It's like, dang, you be like, what's gonna happen next? And that's when you really about to have a spiritual awakening. So you have to really pay attention to that when you about to have one. But yeah, it's like it makes you reevaluate everything in your life, like your whole existence. Yes, it makes you reevaluate everything. Like being Aquarius, I always was like that. I always been into like paranormal, aliens and stuff like that. I always have been into it. So like when I went through my spiritual awakening, I was like, this is normal to me. I'm already into conspiracy theories and stuff. Like it was not nothing new. Like I always been like that. I always thought it was something else out there. I always thought about what's really in the universe, like what's in the galaxy. I always been like that. So it didn't really shock me when I went through my awakening. I was like, that's life. That's reality to me. I always think about aliens and stuff. So it was nothing, strange to me. So yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you have a dark night of the soul. You reevaluate. Jesus. You reevaluate everything in your life. And it comes everything. Like everything that you've been taught, you rethink it. It be like, dang, is this true? Is this real? It really makes you, open yourself up, Yeah. And yeah, that's what it does. That's what spiritual awakening is. And you have to really pay attention to it. That's all I say. Well, I'm gonna get into my experience of having a spiritual awakening. My spiritual awakening came really July of 2022. That's when I went through my spiritual awakening. And I kind of want to start how I kind of should have knew that I was about to have one. It's signs there. You just have to pay attention to it. And I was not paying attention to it at all. Because I was already going through stuff, dealing with others. Yeah, that I shouldn't have been messing with. But it's life. Yep. But it was March of 2022. I went on my London trip with Albany State. We went to London. And I had blue locks. And I realized when I'm going through something, I wear a lot of blue. And I noticed that about myself. When I'm wearing a lot of blue, that means I'm going through something. Like I was going through a bad a bad depression episode. Let me drink something. I guess my throat is parched. But one thing about spiritual awakenings, it'll creep up on you. It'll be like, gotcha, bitch. It'll get you. It got me 3 times. Yep. But yeah. What was I about to say? Yeah. But my experience, what was I about to say? I lost my train of thought. Jesus. But yeah, I started wearing blue locks. That's when I should have knew something was wrong with me. But when I wear blue, that's when I'm going through something. And it's like when I went on a trip, it's like I realized like it's really more to life. It's really more like I started being open, more and more open than I usually have already been. And I was like, wow, this is just really different. Like it really is. It was a different experience. And I really did enjoy it. And it's like, yeah, I was going through it a little bit. And I started wearing like nothing but pullovers. Like I realized when I go through the depression stage episode, I wear nothing but just overcoats and stuff like that. I was wearing my gray overcoat like really the whole remainder of my London trip. I was wearing it and I was like, dang, Victoria, like you didn't have no fun. I said, Jesus. But yeah, I was going through it. I was. But thank God I'm here today, better and healthier. Thank God for that. Because I love being happy. I like it. But yeah. I had my first awakening in July. Everything was going wrong. It was a lot of things happening with my family. It just was so much going on. And I'll never forget, that's when I asked for help. That's when I remember I wrote something down and I was like, I need help. Because I was so drained. I was so tired. Like, I was about to give up. Like, I was so used to always being able to, help pay the bills and everything. But this time around, I couldn't even help myself. And I was like, bro, what's going on? Like, I'm always the person, people could come to for help. But this time around, it's like I couldn't help because I had my own bills. So I couldn't help, pay other bills. And I got to pay mine too. So it got to the point I couldn't even help at all. But yeah, it's like I felt like I surrendered. And it's just, I think the day after I really had my spiritual awakening, that's when I realized, like, what is going on. Like, I looked at the word differently. Like, I looked at the word differently. And I was like, what the heck? Like, why do I look at the word so differently? It's like I was calmer. I lost weight. And I couldn't eat certain stuff. Like, I could not eat pork for a long time. Like, I used to love going to Haagen Bones in Tilton when I used to work at Walmart. I used to always get me a Haagen Home pulled pork plate. That junk was busting. That junk used to be so good, bro. And man, I remember I had got that Haagen slaw one time. I felt so sick. I said, ooh, I cannot eat this. Like, I couldn't eat nothing. Like, my appetite changed. Like, I started going toward, like, steak and salads. Like, that's all I was eating, like, really the summer of July 2022. I was eating nothing but, like, salads. Like, I was like, why the heck am I keep on just eating salads? And then that's when I lost weight. I was losing it, and I said, well, dang, Victoria. I lost it. And yeah, and I looked at my face. I looked it so drained. Like, my face is already made like this, but it was even more. Like, it looked drained. Like, you could tell I was tired and exhausted. And yeah, that's the experience with my first awakening. I want to kind of speed things up. But yeah, for my second awakening, I had a blue wig. I should have knew something else. I should have knew. I put on a blue bob wig. I said, oh man, I should have knew something was up. But yeah, I did that. And then, what was it? Somebody riding around being nosy. But yeah, I had on that wig and I went through my second awakening. It was dealing with family again. Then it's like I lost a friendship then. Everything going wrong again. Plus, I was about to graduate from Albany State. So I'm like, and it was October of 2022 when I had my second awakening. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? What is the lesson that I'm not learning? And I was like, is this something I'm not learning? And I had to realize then I had to stop allowing people in and out of my life. I had to stop being so giving. I had to stop, just being like that. I had to start standing up for myself. And that's what I really had to learn with that awakening. Like, I didn't learn it the first time. And that's why I went through a second one. I said, okay, Victoria, you're going to learn it. But yeah, I got better. And I really do got on my TikTok, like, my spiritual journey. Like, I got it on my TikTok. And then for my third awakening, I was going to Georgia State. With Georgia State, they didn't give me no housing. I was on the wait list to the point I had to drive back and forth to Atlanta every week. I had to drive every week to Atlanta just to go to my classes. And it seemed like I would tell them, I was driving and stuff. Like, only one teacher, she really helped me. It was only one of them that really helped me and really got it to virtual. The rest of them, it just seemed like they didn't care. And I was like, and I looked so drained. Like, I was so tired and drained. And that awakening really awoke me to who I am today. Like, my fiery side is out. Like, I can't, like, man, if anything piss me off, you gonna see it. You gonna see it on my face before I say it. It ain't like I used to be. I used to just say nothing and be mad. No, now when I get pissed off, you can see it. You can physically see it. My mouth will just, it'll come out without me trying to say, Victoria, don't say nothing. But now, oh honey, it's coming out. You're gonna hear me. But it really woke me up. I think it just woke up the warrior side of me. It just woke up me. It just really made me realize who the, like, it makes you, excuse my language, but it made me realize who the fuck I was. It made me realize that I'm that bitch. And I had to really realize that God is really blessing me. I'm a warrior. And I had to realize that going through that, like, I'm one of God's strongest warriors. And I had to realize that. I said, dang, why I always had to go through this in my life. And that's what it was. I'm one of God's strongest warriors. And, you know, it's a blessing. And sometimes I feel like it gets too hard, but it's a blessing. So I will say, but yeah, that's where I am today. That's the short little thing about it.